Hello friends, and welcome back to another Merely on Time Watch Reviews. It has been way too long. I do apologize that I haven't been on for almost 2 months now, if not a couple of months. But I'm back, and it's been incredibly busy. My old man had a knee replacement surgery that I had to help him with. Here he is, post-surgery with my daughter. And so that tied me up for quite some time, and it's just been hectic for the last little bit for me. But at any rate, I am back, and since I released my last video, I have filled this Invicta box over here. So I've got 3 Invicta watches that I want to show you today, and I just want to talk generally about the brand. So let's get into it. Alright guys, so I had to get 3 more watches to fill my 8-slot Invicta box, and these are the 3 that I got. Now these 2 right here I purchased on invictastores.com. Highly recommend that you sign up for their website. They have deals on watches all of the time. And this one I got actually from eBay because this one is a fairly difficult one to find. So let's just start with this one. I got this one for 59 Canadian dollars. I'll list the US price as well. All of these models I'll list down in the description below, but I am a sucker for white dials, and this white and blue really caught my eye. One of the things I absolutely love about this watch is this crystal, at least on this watch, you can almost just see right into the dial without seeing the crystal on this one. Very cool. Bit of blue AR coating on each of these. This is just a Japanese quartz movement. You can see the 60-second sub-dial running there. Not doing a full review on this watch. I will do a review on the next 2 pieces at some point in the future. But this is a fantastic budget watch. Bracelet's a little bit jangly. There's nothing overly special about the bracelet. Polished center links, which I'm not a huge fan of. I'll probably brush them out eventually. Brushed outer links. The side links are brushed as well, so that's nice. Side of the case is brushed. A little bit of polish on the top of the lug. It's a fixed bezel. This isn't a rotating bezel, unfortunately. Aluminum bezel insert, blue, and it has the silver printing around it. But I really just love this dial. This horseshoe shape in the center kind of draws your attention to that sub-dial. I think this is a really cool design. They come in different colorways as well on the invictastores.com website. So again, just check out the model number in the description below, and go check this one out on Invicta Stores. You can get this one, at least when I purchased it, for 59 Canadian dollars. So that is around, well, that's under 40 US dollars. And it's a solid watch for the money. And of course, you just got Invicta branding on the clasp. And as always with these, friction pressed clasp. I'm going to have a conversation about pressed clasps one of these days. Some people make a huge deal of having pressed clasps on their watches instead of milled clasps. I'm not one of those guys, and I'll discuss that in a future video. This particular one I got for under 100 US dollars. This was $115. This is the Invicta S1, no, the Invicta Monaco. No. Silly me. This is the homage to the Tag Heuer Monaco. It's an Invicta S1 Rally. And I just absolutely love this watch. Now this is beefy. I don't know what the dimensions are on the actual Tag Heuer Monaco, but let's just get Super Cali out and spec this one out. So obviously a pure homage piece, although I think this one is probably a bit larger than the watch it's homaging. So you can see we have a case dimension of 46 millimeters, and the thickness is 14 millimeters, and the lug to lug on this is going to be 54. Yeah, so it's a large watch. And but I absolutely love the way that this wears on wrist. And as with some of the Invicta pieces that I have, obviously this one doesn't have any original design elements to it, but I did get some comments on this one, especially with the colorways on the dial. I just have a look at this. I just absolutely love the orange, the blue, the orange seconds hands on there, crosshair at the subdial for the running chronograph, and the stripes on the side. Again, no originality on this one, but for under 100 US dollars, I think this was an absolute steal. Invicta applied logo and applied 60 at the top of the dial there. And as a chronograph, you just push the top button, chronograph will start running for you. Kind of a bummer that there really isn't any actual second markers around the chronograph, so it's not the most legible chronograph in the world. Your 60-minute timer there is at the left-hand side, large square subdial on both of these. Screw down crown, again, reset the chronograph. You just push the top button to stop and the bottom button to reset. Nothing quick set or anything like that, but and the running seconds hand in orange, really nice. I absolutely love this watch. Check it out on my wrist. And here it is on my 7.5-inch wrist, and I have to say that this leather band, I was kind of expecting it to be quite stiff and rigid when I first got the watch, but it is not. It is actually really nice. Conforms around the wrist right away, really nice and soft, and it is fairly thick as well. I believe that's a 26 millimeter lug width. Let me just verify that with Super Kelly. Where did she go? Over here. And so let's just see here. Yeah, 26 millimeter lug width. So I was really expecting this strap to be really tough and rigid, but it's actually quite nice, genuine leather strap, rally style strap that this comes with. Really fantastic. Now this one I had my eye on for a long time, and I absolutely love this watch. I was kind of hoping to get this watch on a stainless steel bracelet, but I couldn't find a decent new one on eBay. You can't get this watch on Invicta stores. They're sold out. This is their Creamsicle dial, fully loomed dial on this one. And this is the Invicta Grand Diver. Again, I'll leave the model numbers in the description below. The one thing I did with this watch, as you can see maybe, is this used to be a mere polished surface, so I took the SOS pad and brushed it out. Definitely gives it a better tooly look, as well as on this side with the Grand Diver etching onto there. I'm sure a lot of people aren't going to be fans of the etching on the sides of the case. I'm not particularly excited about it, but it's not a deal breaker for me. But this dial is what won me over. Just look at the dial. Now, yeah, a little bit too much font on the bottom for sure, but this is a 300 meter water resistant diver. Cyclops for the date is perfectly centered on that. Obviously, again, not much in the way of originality. This is a Submariner style dial, but yeah, I love the white dial. I love the orange indices and minute and seconds hand, and the orange pip at the on the bezel. This does have a 120 unidirectional bezel, scalloped edges on it, which I do prefer coin edge, a little bit more difficult to grip, but it turns very nicely, as you can hear it here. It's got some good action. There's no back play on this. And the good thing about this one is it lines up really nicely as well. This rubber band is a bit stiff and rigid, especially at the top of the lug. As you can see, it is a fitted band into the case of the watch. I didn't know what I thought of the stainless steel kind of breathable things that they have at the top of the band here, but actually on wrist, it just gives it a bit more accent and flair, if you will. I actually quite like them. The only thing about this watch, which I will say here, is the exhibition case back with the yellow rotor, Seiko NH35 movement in it. The only thing I will say right away, and I'll highlight this in the review, is just look at the look at the bottom of the case back. It could very well be bigger than the watch itself, and this is quite firm. It's really hard, and when you wear this on your wrist for a couple of days, this part here will definitely start to irritate the skin. But this is just a lovely watch, and so yeah, that's it, guys. I should show you. I guess I should show you the Creamsicle fully dialed or fully loomed dial, and I'll show it to you on wrist as well. So here is the loom shot, and as you can see, it is a fully loomed dial. In the full review, I'll let you know how long this loom lasts and what the quality of the loom on the watch is. But super cool fully loomed dial on this one. And here it is on my 7.5-inch wrist, and as you can see, that silver in the top of the band there with the breathable holes is very cool looking, I think. What do you guys think of these watches? Let me just turn the camera around, and I want to talk about Invicta as a brand for just a moment.
So I want to take a moment just to talk about Invicta as a brand, because it seems that there is a lot of, I would say, unjustified hate for the brand. Yes, they do make large watches. Yes, they do make some pretty outrageous large watches, but they make some really cool watches as well. And I love this watch in particular, this Creamsicle Grand Diver. And if you have a smaller wrist, certainly you can go to the regular Pro Diver lineup, which have 40mm cases, Seiko automatic movements, under $100 US. All day, every day you can find them for that. And so this is a brand that, as a budget watch collector, you shouldn't ignore. I absolutely love large pieces. I have a couple of Invicta's larger watches. The Invicta Bolt chronograph has such a cool look to it, in my opinion, and I absolutely love wearing that watch. And Invicta itself has a cult following. There are thousands upon thousands of people who love the brand, who collect the brand, who collect a lot of the brand. And so it is not a brand that should be ignored by watch enthusiasts. I love the 8 Invictas that I have. I have another one that I have my eyes on, and the reason I have my eyes on these is because they're good watches for the money and they're affordable. Now, one of the major criticisms about the brand is they're inflating the MRSP of the watch in order to try and think that you're getting an incredible discount. The S1 Rally is an example of that. I believe this was MRSP is like $700 or something like that, and then they were selling it for under 100 USD. Obviously, just use common sense, folks. If someone is telling you that their watch is worth $700 and they're selling it to you for 100, it isn't worth. I mean, it's just common sense. And so I think that if you are a budget watch enthusiast, someone that needs to be on a budget for whatever reason, that you need to include Invicta on your list of brands to look for. And if you like smaller watches, the Pro Diver is the lineup for you. If you like large watches, there is a multitude of watches to choose from, and they are all great value for dollar spent, in my opinion. Would love to hear your opinion, and I would like to thank you for watching this video to the end. I'm really on time is over 4,000 subscribers. Thanks to all of you, and I really want to get to 5,000. And so please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button, and remember, whenever you leave your house, you have to have a great looking piece to wear on your wrist, like this Invicta Grand Diver Creamsicle watch. And remember, wherever you're going, you need to get there on time. God bless, guys. We'll see you in the next video.